So today is a best day for our school that we are conducting capacity building program conducted by CBSE, and we have two eminent resource persons who is from DAV Salesivia. Big clap for them, and I request that the writing of class will start by the program. So it will be definitely is a great learning from it. Today's program is learning outcomes and pedagogies. So we'll learn everything. You know that learning is a continuous process which can be done by us, and we learning will be giving this to our society so that it is better for us. So to introduce you, you all already know sir is Mr. Raukarai sir is a lot of experience in the field of education, who is selected by the CBSE to give you the training today. So we hope everybody will learn from sir and Sanchita madam. Personally I know both of them, but it's a long time gap. We have again met each other, but definitely ma'am and sir's today's session will be better for us, and we have to learn it. Definitely I will not take more time, and a big clap for our principal madam. Ma'am is always ready to give us this opportunity to learn something. Actually, teaching process is a learning process, and pedagogy is very important. Like if there is no systems and rules and regulations, so it cannot be fruitful in the any field of you can think. It's like education is a field of that. Without the methodology, without the preparations, we cannot develop the students, we cannot develop the parents, we cannot develop the societies. So now it is the time to give to our resource persons, and I just voluntarily and request to respected principal madam, so inaugurate it with a few lines.
Chaliye, most welcome
to Raukarai sir and Sanchita madam, and hopefully welcome you and to start the session now. Sir.
Good morning everyone. Good morning. Kindly take your seat. Everybody, kindly take your seat. To ask you your introduction. These tables, so many are teaching science. Acha, those who are teaching maths, raise your hand. Those who are teaching English, those who are teaching language, Oriya or Hindi or Sanskrit. Acha, those who are teaching social science. Social science, no teacher is there. Only one madam is there. Okay. So we will make them as I am giving my because introduction is required.
Ma'am, my name is Sanita Giri Satanika. I am a PE teacher.
Okay. Please.
I am Sina Sumana. I am a PI teacher.
Yes. Please pass.
Myself, Payal Hera, I am PhD Commerce.
Good morning everyone. Myself Santoshi Patra. I am PhD English as well as coordinator primary days.
Yes.
Good morning, ma'am. My name is Rishwa Das. I teach PhD Commerce.
Good morning. I am Surendra Nath, PhD Chemistry.
Good morning to all. My name is Sandeep Kumar Rana, PhD Computer Science. Thank you.
Good morning to all. Myself, Vedasan Das, PhD Computer Science.
Myself, Abdul Barat, PhD Mathematics.
Good morning to all. I am Umesh Chandra Rai, PhD Mathematics.
Myself, Subhapur Kavi, PhD Physical Division.
Myself, Ashish Das, PhD Painting.
Good morning to all. My name is Simini Morana, PhD Computer.
Good morning all. Myself Parasuma Das, PhD Hindi.
PhD Hindi.
Good morning, ma'am. My name is Rupali Parsani. I am with PhD Mathematics.
Good morning everyone. Myself Susma Chale, teaching moral education and GK. Thank you.
यहाँ उपस्थित सभी को सुप्रभात। मेरा नाम मयंक राज थापा है, मैं डीजीटी हिंदी में।
So here, what is the meaning of pedagogy? What is it? Our topic is objectives, learning outcomes and pedagogies. So first I want to know from you, what is pedagogy?
It is teaching and learning outcomes and teaching method as such and how we are learning from it.
Any other definition of pedagogy? What is the meaning? What is the meaning of outcome and what is the meaning of pedagogy?
Pedagogy belongs to our child psychology, how we will know our students and how we will implement our activities. Through that, they will show their talent, they will feel happiness to learn the education. So our outcome and learning process, according to that.
Outcome is called as pedagogy. Learning related to each and every child. And how learning, then now you tell me, what is the relation between outcome and pedagogy? Is there any relation? Are they related? Are they related with each other? Pedagogy and outcome? Same other teachers. Same teacher don't repeat.
So pedagogy is basically how it's a process, what we are learning. And outcome is basically what the students have learned and implemented in their life, in real life. So that is an outcome.
Are they related?
Yes, they are definitely related.
How they are related?
Because if the students don't go through the process, then there will be no outcome.
That I want to know from you. If the pedagogy is related with the outcomes, outcome based on pedagogies. What pedagogies we are providing your child, accordingly you will be getting the outcome. Understand? Now what is the relation between objective, pedagogy, outcome? What is objective? Is objective and outcome is same? What is objective? Can anybody? Outcome is what the child is learning after your teaching. That is outcome. Then what is objective? For which purpose we are learning? You are planning. What is your planning? That is your objective. What is pedagogy? What you are teaching. What is outcome? What the child is giving to you. Simple thing. You are planning, you are teaching, ultimately child is giving. So, can you say objective and outcome is always equal? If objective is 90%, outcome is also 90%? No. Who will be more? Objective is more or outcome is more? Objective is more. Objective is 90%, your outcome may be 40%, 50%, 60% and 80%. Outcome and objective will never be same. And pedagogy is the bridging. You are planning, then you are working, then you are getting. That is the objective, pedagogy and outcome. Okay? Are you facing any challenges while teaching? Everyone, each of you are facing some challenges, right? So I will give you a paper. So here you will write what challenges you are facing, right? So
उनको डांट नहीं सकते, उनको मार नहीं सकते, बस क्या उनको समझा सकते। बट ऐसा क्या प्रपोज, ऐसा हम लोग क्या बोले कि वो लोग मतलब अपने स्टेबल हो जाए।
they are not stable.
Yes, unstable.
Anyone is having a solution? Anyone having a solution? If solution, yes, we have to find out the solution. We are the teachers. Nobody will give you solution. We have to find out only. That's why this session has been kept. So problem आएगा तो solution हमें निकालना है.
Thank you, madam, for giving me this opportunity to share my thoughts. I would say school is the second home, it's popularly called. So a child who is very little child doesn't understand language, education, nothing. Only he or she can understand love, nurturing. So education is given the second priority to the pre-primary students, especially. First we should nurture them, give them the kind of love that they get from their parents. They feel like they are at home. Then learning, education comes later when they understand it. Now they don't understand it. They do not have a logic. They do not have a brain to understand what is going on. So we have to create that homely environment where he or she feels very comfortable and being loved and cared. So that is how we can handle, I think.
Right. Key point is love and care. So that's why we have to give the atmosphere like that. The child will be comfortable to stay in the school. So learning is that way also they are learning. They are observing the teacher, they are observing the carers. That is their learning. Learning is not confined in a book. Okay. Sir, your problem you want to say? Everybody is ready.
So in my last school, so I had a class strength of more than 50-60 students.
In a class?
In a class.
Yes.
So every class has two sections. So when I start teaching now, so students were sitting at the back benches, they gossiping among each other. So very difficult to manage. Once we manage one group or the students on the bench that disturbing, the other side they start creating noise. So we used to give some kind of punishment, calling them to front, standing up or kneeling down, something like that. But still, and at the same time I also did that with the classwork and the students getting punished. We'll click a photo and send it in the parents group. Till also that failed. So every solution I tried to implement, but it failed. But I don't understand how to handle them. And the most difficult is to handle the girls. Especially you can't touch the girls.
Yes.
So they don't care male teachers. So if you talk to management and principal owner, it is your duty to handle it. We don't know. And the challenge is that you cannot give them physical punishment. So avoiding physical punishment, you must manage the class. So how it is possible?
Anyone is having any solution here? How to manage 56 students? Sorry, say he was having 56 students in a class, and whenever some are listening, others are not listening. So this way the whole class is not at a time they are not listening. Some are disturbing. This will be happening in the classroom with above 50 students. So what is the solution? This is a good problem sir has arised. So what, do you have any solution here? What to do? Yes, ma'am.
The solution is before going to the class, we must plan. And we very well know how the students are. They can be engaged in different group activities. A teacher is to cover the whole place so that they will not get the chance. When they are getting the chance, they will definitely be disturbed. But if they will not, they cannot. Simple.
So that completely, we're teaching that children will not listen. We have to change our teaching strategies. What solution I want to add here? Children are not ready to see the teacher in the same way every day. Sometimes there are 4 ways of learning. How many of you are knowing? What are the 4 ways children like to learn? One is audio-visual. Another is lecture method. Also some children are liking. Read and write is another. Another is activity-based. If you are doing everyday activities, some students will not listen to you. If you are giving the question answers every day, some will not listen to you. If you are playing the audio-visual, some will not listen. You see, sometimes a good movie you are giving, some children are not giving attention there. Their liking is different. That is different way that we cannot cover it here. That is the artificial intelligence. So every child is different. Artificial intelligence says every child is different. That's why class is not silent. This is a very common thing, sir. Everybody will face this. Because the children are different from each other. So one will be listening, another will never listen. So their liking is different. If you are showing them visually, some will be seeing, some will not see. If you are giving the
Actually, in 40 minutes we are assigned to give classwork, explain the chapter, checking their classwork copies, and collecting their homework copies also in 40 minutes. And at the same time, in very short period of time, we have to finish our syllabus, everything. So, I think I tried what you are saying now. It means the teachers who are teaching more than 30 years with me in the same school, they are also facing the same challenges and problems. Only one solution that they say, when children are acquainted with you, as the time passes by, they know you better. So they listen to you. But as a new teacher, very difficult to handle.
New teacher is difficult. For 1 to 2 years, the teacher will take little time to make the discipline in the class. Yes, yes.
Another thing, you should engage the students and in a more activity oriented and more fun thing you do, then the student will be more attractive to you. But only 1 week they will change. No problem for the new teacher, no problem nothing. If you do engage them and you move on the class pura accordingly, then do that way and engage them properly anywhere and they attract and give some reward. Yes, you are doing very well. Clap themselves. Then you like a jolly, then they can you accept the food. Definitely.
Sometimes you can take another way. When you are teaching, somebody is disturbing, just immediately ask some questions to them. If they are not able, then tell them you ask some questions to me. Yes, yes. Yes, sir. You should jump Yes, that is another front bench. They bring them front bench. Very good. Yes. Teacher should move throughout the classroom and those who are distracted bring them front. Very good. Anything you can. Next problem, madam, your problem you have phone? Why is it? I don't have any. Same problem. Just madam, your problem? No problem. You already told madam your problem? Tell the problem.
And gaining their interest in learning is a difficult task.
So, madam's problem, everybody? Can anyone is having the solution?
The slow learner, how to they will be learned properly. What things you are doing.
Every time, when you read nicely.
Clap for madam. Yes. Any other solution?
Who are like in 11th and 12th, I feel that nowadays they are not ready to learn. I feel.
11th and 12th, second class student, they are not
Ready to learn. They're not ready to listen.
Children are not ready to learn. So higher class, this is happening. Every school this is happening. This is the fact.
Basically,
What to do for them? Counseling. They have to be counseled. Higher class children.
we have tried to do everything.
Motivating.
Yeah, we have
ना कि पेरेंट्स का रेस्पेक्ट करते हैं, ना कि टीचर्स का। अगर हम कुछ उनको बोलते हैं, हाँ बोलते हैं तो क्या करें, आप अगर कंप्लेन करेंगे तो क्या होगा, पेरेंट्स आएंगे बात करके चले जाएंगे, ऐसे बच्चे बोलते हैं, तो वहाँ पर हम उनको कैसे करें।
So this is another problem. Children are not behaving properly because parents are not giving the time. So what to do with this type of children? This type of children, what steps we should take?
Parental counseling.
Parental counseling. Parents should be counseled. Parents should be called repeatedly. Now, this sir is saying parents are telling you, "Jo karna hai aap kijiye." No, we have to give time. No other solution. We have to give time to the child because they are very neglected. Those children are very neglected. We have to give time because parents are depending on us. So their future is in our hands. So we have to give anyhow after school hours. We have to take with them. उसका पढ़ाना नहीं है, उसका काउंसलिंग करना है, उसका काउंसलिंग चाहिए. They need the love and affection of the teacher, what they are not getting from their parents. Okay, उसको समझाना. Elders को भी तो टीचर का काम है. Only to teaching.
फोकस नहीं करते हैं ड्यू टू दैट ऑफ, तो उसकी वजह से बच्चा और मतलब ये बता
So it will take me to that.
क्योंकि
Our
अगर
effort
पेरेंट्स
should be there. Our effort should be there. Let it be taking little more time. What is the problem? Keep on doing this. They will not come. Those parents will never come. Don't depend on them. You have to counsel the child. This is the only solution, sir. हमको ही करना है. So any other problem, sir? No problem. Please make the problem. Anybody, ma'am, आपका project? Please share with us because this is our job. We are dealing with this. We should know each of our problem from each of us.
Good morning, everyone.
Yes.
Currently, I am working as PGT Physics from Odisha Adarsh Vidyalaya, Kandhamar district. So I am working in a tribal area. The major problem which I am facing there, that is students when they are joining in class 11-12, they already have a weak foundation. And another problem that I am facing, that is language barrier, foundation in that subject. I am teaching physics, and when they are joining in that class 11, they don't have the basic concepts. And that is the first thing.
Children do not have basic concept.
No. And that is the first thing. And second thing is language barrier.
Language which what type of barrier?
They come from tribal area. That means their language is not
mother tongue.
Yes.
They use mother tongue.
Yes. And there we are facing language
Lower
issues.
class or higher class?
Higher class.
Higher class. Achha. That is the two challenges madam is facing. Foundation, lack of foundation. Another is language. Anyone is
Such
having the
kind of
foundation.
students are there who are in class 10 and they don't know how to write ABC.
Yes, foundation problem. Foundation problem, madam. Adarsh Vidyalaya, how many years it is? It starts from which class? It starts from class 6. Class 6. So class 6 teachers have the big role here. So foundation should be built in class 6 and 7 so that 9 and teachers should not face the problem. What I feel. Okay, lower class teachers should make the foundation of the child. So that should not be a problem in the higher class. Okay. Our schools. That is a foundation, yes.
Dear educators, just I want to tell you, as ma'am said, C has been appointed in Kandhamar district, right? If you just take a look, I think probably our school system that starts from those places. We all are in a very good infrastructure, right? Everything that is coming to us, I think probably in a very splendid way. But as man is facing the challenge, that is actually the real problem. Right? If we have been, asked to go over there and tackle those children, I think probably we have to struggle. Because the kind of setup that we all are getting, it's almost like a very luxury kind of thing. Yes or no? So to go over there, the children they find that the language is not properly understood. Right? They are not having a right spirit to give you the attention as well. Fine. And so far as the physics is concerned, I'm sure that they must be thinking that it's probably somebody has come to us to teach a kind of alien thing. So in that case, how to handle how to be in a state of one-to-one. Alright, it requires a very tough task for a teacher to go to their grassroots level and to motivate. Alright, so thank you so much, ma'am. You have been appointed over there. I think probably those challenges will make you very, very stronger as a teacher in coming up days. Alright, so round of applause for ma'am for placing the chair of you. Okay, ma'am, please come.
Social media distraction. That also, I think all these things can be stopped if a teacher counsels the child. Each one of you are class teacher. The role of class teacher, it is a big role. Class teacher is very negligible to teach the child because every time these are maximum are from this old school, no? Yes. So how much time you are as a class teacher? What is the time you are giving to the child? Your class teacher period. Class teacher period means every day you are getting some time. So 10 to 15 minutes minimum to counsel the child. 10 to 15 minutes. Everything is in your hand. Parents cannot do anything, but the class teacher can do. That is 100% correct. Class teacher can increase the moral value of a child. Each and every child you are knowing. So who is to collect the information from the other child? You will see other students will tell you, sir, this boy is taking the mobile and throughout the night he is sitting with this. Don't tell in front of all. Call that child separately and talk to that you are doing this thing. Stop it immediately. Stop it immediately. I am having all information. This much is enough. Next day you will see he will be reducing this. This is 100%. I am experienced with this. So do it every day. 10 to 15 minutes, please counsel the children. Half of the problem will be solved. Half and more than half of the problem will be solved. Instead of calling the parents, parents will never come. They have no time to listen to you also. Some parents will definitely listen. They are worried about their children. But 90% will not listen to you. They will not believe to you also. They will say our child is very good, but you have to do something. If you, yes.
Again, dear teachers, I would like to tell you, as ma'am is telling the grassroots problems at Andaman, sir told the online problem here in the organic areas.
Yes.
We are facing these kind of issues now and then, every now and then. Right? The child is very much distracted. Clear? Because we are struggling with that. Okay? We truly do not know when and where the content will be exposed that we are not ready to accept. And that is happening. The memes which are right now running and the life is into right now real rather than the real. Fine? You are getting more exposed in the real version, alright, rather than the real version. Okay, so it is something like last time when we had a kind of a meeting with our principal madam, ma'am just warned a bit that one teacher had a kind of a photograph with the children and that photograph went for the reel. And ma'am strictly warned that ensure that the teacher is not at all involved in those processes. If the things are not very constructive, because you truly do not know, as a child, he is not very much mature. He will be putting it in whichever way that will expose you. So ensure that you are protecting yourself. Second, make sure that the child, if he is making the things, it is not that he is exposed too much to different content, rather than it's very constructive, it is creating and it is bringing something good to him. Alright? Because sometimes when you give a different kind of thumbs up, that is again bringing a kind of a psychological pressure to the child. Why there is not a kind of a good thumbs up? Fine. So make sure that we cannot completely wipe out because we are going to live with that forever. It's going on. So make sure that we would make sure that it is very, very constructive. So that is how, as ma'am said, it's a counseling. Then and there, we can say, sometimes we need to say that yes, if the nature that you are making, if something good infrastructure you are making, if something that you are promoting something, if you are bringing some kind of a skill that you want the children should learn, you want it should be promoted, go for it. Give a little bit of thumbs up. If you completely stop there, then they will do those same thing again and again. Okay, so we need to be very constructive with our approach. I believe we can tackle that. Okay, we'll continue.
Yes. What was the name of the teacher? Not this is what is the name of the professor in the movie? Okay. Then Amir Khan's name here? Ranchor Das. So what was the difference between that professor and Ranchor Das? Both of them went near the board. Professor was teaching earlier. Then Ranchor Das, he got Ranchor Das and he also written two words. What is the difference in the outlooks of the two? Both of them considered them as a teacher. What is the difference in the outlook? There is a vast difference.
Practically he is practically strong. But the professor
Ranchor Das is having the skills. But the professor was only teaching and expectation that is from the students. Okay. Yes, race. Life is a race. So the professor was teaching life is a race. Only come first. You should be in the first position. But Ranchor Das is different. Develop the skill. So what should be our objective and outcome? Which one we should follow as a teacher in the 21st century? Should we follow the professor or Ranchor Das? Ranchor Das. Skill. 21st century outcome should be based on the skill. Not run the race and come first. Okay? So accordingly our objective should be parameter. Why the teacher was telling the story in front of Isha? Why? Because he could say the story in front of a whole class and the students also. Ishan, while he is pointing out Ishan and telling the story of Edward Agassi. Why? Same. Story was same with Ishan Agassi. So why the teacher is telling the story in front of Ishan? Because teacher was knowing the Ishan. Ishan's character knows about all this. So which is very very important for a teacher to know the child. So if you are not knowing the child, you can never prepare the objectives and you will never get your outcomes. If your objective is not correct, your outcome will be zero. So if you are making the objective for the whole class same, so your outcome will not be same for each child. So that's why knowing the child is first, so then you find the objective. So your first movie, what the 21st century learners need, that Amir Khan said by the writing the two words. So 21st century learner needs what, and 21st century teacher should know the child. These two things are very very important for framing the objective and getting the outcome. Now again I will another. What is KYC? What is KYC? Know your customer. For a teacher it is know your child. You have to know, because in a class is a group of heterogeneous students. Each child is different. Some are intelligent, some are cheerful, some are energetic. So we have to teach each of them, everybody. So that's why the different child we have to know accordingly. We will go and prepare our objective. So one issue. So wait, this table start. What is the meaning? No idea. Anybody? No idea? Yes. We should not ignore any child. Anybody? First step is you have to prepare the objective. 10 of them. And you have to write on your handout this handout 3A. Go for the first page. Go for it. And I'm giving 3A. Handout 3A. Please click on this. Which cycle is important for you? Table number 1, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Table number 1, anybody? Share with us. Which part of the cycle is important? How much they have achieved? Yes. How much they have achieved? After that, we used, again you will plan. Next change is based on the assessment. Okay, reflection. Okay, next table number 2.
Practices, that is very important because whatever things we are implementing for our kids, how far they will go through, how far they will get to know
If
it.
instructional practices are effective, then only assessment will be better.
Yes. Then we have to pick up right instructional practice so that it is according to the age of the students how they are going to grasp all the concepts and everything. So I feel that is important.
This table next. Anyone? Yes, tell. Instructional practice. That is strategies. Yes, this one. Which cycle? You understand or not? Which learning cycle clear to you?
Major learning
Measuring learning outcome. That is assessment.
so student understand better.
MLOs. MLOs are assessments. Learning outcomes. Yes.
Teachers actually used to know how to
Planning.
describe, how to calm our concept and how to make them understand easily. All types of children there.
Okay. Important. From your language, you will say why the learning outcomes are required, or simply we are making the training. It is not required in our job. It is required. Why it is required? These 4 sentences are book is said. I want to get the sentence different from this. Why? It is required outcome. Outcome is required or not? Yes. What was any one of you clarity and motivation? Yes. Then quality assurance. Quality is important. Outcome gives the quality assurance. Then measurable results also. What is you expect that result you will be getting from your outcome. Okay, backward design. Backward design, who can say the meaning of backward design? From now, yes,
For example, what we have planned is not going accordingly.
Yes.
Some deviation. We
Yes.
have to find out the deviation and then we have to again go
Yes.
back to the plan.
clap for her because this is the most important thing. Backward design is what? If you are seeing that this outcome you have not achieved, you have to frame the curriculum accordingly. You frame the curriculum accordingly. This everybody has. Teachers are doing. CBSE is also doing. Don't think that CBSE is closing their eyes. They are also opening and seeing the result, and again they are saying changing the curriculum or not. 25-26 curriculum changed or not? You tell me how many of you are acquainted with the syllabus? CBSE is changing the curriculum. Why? Because based on the outcome they are changing. They are not changing blindly. So outcome, these are these 4 things mainly. Backward design, that means you have to according the outcome of the children, you have to change your curriculum, you have to change your planning, everything.
Physical development means one child physically, mentally, emotionally developed.
Hello. Children develop emotional intelligence.
Emotional intelligence.
Either the ability to understand and manage their own emotions and respond positively to social norms. Children develop a positive attitude towards productive work and area to seva.
Cognitive camp. The children are going civil defense camps. These are all coming under this.
Children develop a positive regard for the natural environment around them.
Okay, next. Cognitive development. This side table, anyone, Madam Principal, you tell. What is cognitive development?
Sir, please. Sir.
Sense of the world around through observation and logical thinking.
Yes.
Children develop mathematical understanding and abilities
Logical
to recognize the world through quantities, shapes, and measures.
Cognitive development is the children should develop their logical thinking. Okay. Next is language and literacy. Children develop effective communication skills for day-to-day interactions in two languages. Another one is children develop fluency in reading and writing in language. The children begin to read and write in language too. Two languages CBSE is saying till now. Okay. So next one, aesthetic cultural development. Here also Madam you read cultural development.
Children develop abilities and sensibilities in visual and performing arts and express their emotions through art in meaningful and joyful ways.
So these are the 5 different goals. These are educational goals. Okay. So based on educational goals, their objectives will be free. What is the difference between learning objectives and learning outcomes? Simple language, you tell. Here it is written different. What is the learning objective? What is learning outcome? What is the difference? You see handouts, it is also there. What is objective and outcome? In a simple way, can you say? Yes.
Learning objective and learning outcome. Objective for which purpose learning is given, teaching is given, and what is the result? What we are getting in return, that is the outcome.
Yes. Objective is teacher centric. Teacher is preparing the objective, and outcome is student centric. What the child got, what the child achieved, that is the outcome. Are you writing in the lesson plan? Learning objectives? What is the first sentence you are writing in the learning objective? What is the first sentence? Yes. Yes. Understand. Yes. To make the students will be able to, and they are also sir will teach us the Bloom's taxonomy that I will not go much there. So are you using Bloom's taxonomy words in learning objectives? First is understand. Students will be able to understand this. The easier one, understand this. Then analyze this, apply this, then create this. Are you writing in this way? The learning objective that should be written in the using the Bloom's taxonomy. You will see Bloom's taxonomy also starts from the understand, then apply, then analyze, then evaluate, then create. Create is a small one. It is in the pyramidal form. Create is very less part. You will see very less type of percentage of students will be knowing the create things. That is the create concept. Okay. So majority are doing with the understanding. Then again analyze is shorter. Then apply is shorter. Then create is shortest one. Okay. So I will come in to that point. Objectives and what should be written in the outcome. If objective we are writing, students will be able to understand this, analyze this, apply this. Then what should be written in the outcome? After learning the chapter, student can remember this. objective and outcome. Now I will tell you, everybody is having the writing pad. Writing pad is not in your subject, each of you. In your subject, you prepare 4 to 5 objective, 4 to 5 outcomes in any concept or any chapter. Any concept, any marker you have? Marker, anyone? Here, marker has been yes. I will give you one example accordingly to that. You select at the top, you write the concept name, class, and then you will write the learning objective, learning outcomes. What you will write in the your accordingly lesson plan you can write. I am telling you. You just select, each of you select only 4 points. First is so like this you write learning objectives. Is it visible? Learning objectives. Learning objectives. You have to write the chapter name here or topic name. Learning objectives commonly you write students will be able to. Students will be able to pass on or bullets you write. First you write remember. You start from remember, then understand. Like this will go. Apply. Analyze. Evaluate or create. Similarly, here you will write learning outcomes. Learning outcomes. Here you will write students can after learning the chapter. Remember it. Outcome is coming after learning the chapter. Students can first again remember, again understand like this. Always Bloom's taxonomy here. Remember, understand, apply, analyze, create. So this way, everybody individually you do in your. So any topic or any chapter you take, select one chapter. Then learning objective, learning outcomes. Is it visible from everyone? Not visible. Shall I tell you? Learning objective what I have written. Students will be able to remember what term you will write. Suppose remember photosynthesis, understand another word like this. Difficult will be analyze, apply. Where difficulty is coming, apply. Where difficulty is coming, more difficulty, analyze. More difficulty, create. Create a flow chart or create an experiment like this science teachers can write. So always learning objective should be written like this. Common sentence should be students will be able to. This is the teacher's part. And outcome should be less than the objectives. What you are making out objectives, students may not get that outcome. Now, again you will read. They have not written in different. You listen. What I thought that they should be written like this. You read it now.
Chapter name is Hardware and Software. Learning objectives. Students will be able to remember what is hardware. They will understand the meaning of hardware.
They
first learning objective is to how they can able to read. Unless they read, they don't understand. How to know the meaning of different difficult words. Then how to understand the story with moral.
How to understand, instead of how to understand, to write understand. How students will be able to understand this, remember this, analyze this, apply this.
Yes.
Okay, like this you have to write.
How
Clear to you? Objectives. Like this you write the objectives. You will see CBSE one side is also there. Their learning objectives and outcomes are there. Every chapter outcomes objectives are there. You go through those. You will get a clear picture. Okay?
Phonics. My topic is phonics. My small children are very difficult to pronounce and understand the phonics. What is phonics? To describe them how to sound the A sound and A is coming the this, and then in the pronounce the words, then apply in the book reading, then analyze it. That's it.
Anybody else has written? Good. Very nice, ma'am. Anybody else? Anyone? So you understand what to write? Objectives and outcomes? Okay. So next point is, sir, I will welcome Lakshmidhar sir for Bloom's taxonomy.
As we all have been doing is kind of objectives and outcomes. That is very, very important. Why it is important? Because when we are setting a particular goal, we need to know which are the steps that we need to climb. Right? It is just like a ladder. Alright, so first step, second step, like this we are reaching up to the goal. So we cannot just haphazardly move and try to reach the goal. So that is why we have been asked the educators, just streamline your process. If we can streamline our process, then even if we are not reaching to the goal in a very 100%, but we will be very confident enough that yes, of course, some point of time we are going to achieve this. Right? As we all have been discussing that this Bloom's taxonomy, right? This is the Bloom's taxonomy in a very revised manner that we are discussing. In a revised manner, they have started with a remembering. Yes or no? Remembering something that we are talking about the pollution. Right? If we are talking about the pollution, then we are asking about here, we are giving this is what pollution is all about. Alright? And then we are talking about what's the definition. So remembering is almost all relative to the knowledge. Whatever I am just telling you all, then again I will ask, what did I say? Or what are the definitions? What are the components? Then I am just asking them to remember. So that is what we are coming with the first step, that is remembering. Right? And then we are moving to which one? Understanding. Alright. If I am talking about pollution and I am talking about understanding, so what kind of questions that I can frame?
Give the example.
Alright. Given example of pollution, right? If the child has understood the concept, then only can give an example, right? And yes, ma'am.
What are the pollution? Which type of pollution and show the things, different parts. These are the pollution. These things to describe, explain them properly. They can understand the thing.
Alright. Now you see, if the child is giving us kind of pollutions, then probably he is trying to analyze that. Alright, that is the third step we are just talking about. First is the remembering. Yes, the definition is all about the remembering. Yes.
First we have to give
things. Yes, ma'am? Activity based. Okay, topic is pollution, very simple. And you are coming to the, this particular cycle that is called as apply. So what kind of outcomes that you are going to expect from the child? In case of apply, one can demonstrate. Which way can demonstrate?
Sir, and the smoking, if you are smoking and tag the rumal and everything, and there the students, small children, and there the smoking is coming, and you apply it, the pollution will come, and yes, this is the
fine, thank you, ma'am. You have been very
Yeah, so when we say apply, the students what they have learned, they can be practically taught and by using some aids, right? For example, if they are learning about traffic rules, so maybe we can go and we can teach them because it's a learning process. That is apply. What they have learned about the signals.
all right, ma'am. Yes.
Every time it is not required that we will use some PLMs using that flashcards and everything. We can engage our students regarding that. So they can relate that practically. Suppose regarding the traffic rules with 3 students, we can call them in the class. We will take one color like that, 3 colors, and we will ask them about the colors. What is the meaning of the color? So they can remember, recall that whatever face is the road. Because every time they are going, they are traveling and they are realizing the traffic signals, so they can relate, ma'am, these things happen with the red light, these things happen with the yellow light, when the green light, like that they can see.
So you have been very silent.